All right, so just give us a moment as people are joining here. Welcome, everybody. We're just waiting for people to join the room, so we'll start in a minute. Okay, so the number has stabilized and we'll get the webinar going and hopefully some folks join us as we go. Hello, everybody. I'm Blake Riley. I'm UVM's Executive Director for the Center for Health and Wellbeing. We're so excited to have you, new students, for the spring winter semester here. This is exciting. We love doing this webinar to give you a quick intro. And for students out there, you will see us all in person when you arrive on campus as well. So we look forward to talking to you then. So this is kind of a just brief teaser to give you an overview of our services and what exists. And what we really want you to know is that we're here to support you every step of the way, whether it's CAPS, student health, athletic medicine, student engagement, student support. We're here to help you to be engaged and to fully participate in the student experience at UVM. So we're going to talk about some resources and services. And I'm here with my colleagues, Jennifer Schaffberger and Zach Key, and they'll both introduce themselves as we go through, and they do slides that they're presenting. So we can go to the next slide. So I talked about this a little bit already, but know that we are here for you. If you're interested in seeing what CHWB has to offer, CHWB is an acronym for Center for Health and Wellbeing. You'll hear it across your time at UVM. You can go to uvm.edu/health. That is our homepage that tells you how to contact all of our services. Something that's relevant is if you're interested in mental health services and getting connected with a therapist while you are at UVM, you can call right before you get on, the week before you get on campus in January, to see a full array of our services and all of our services listed out in terms of how we support students. You can go to uvm.edu/health/services, and you can navigate right from the homepage too. It's on the sidebar there. We're here to support all incoming students, whether it be our undergraduate students or an array of our graduate students, our PhD, our masters, our medical. So welcome to UVM. We're excited to have you here, and I'll hand it off to my colleague, Zach.
Thanks, Blake. Hi, everybody. I'm Zach. I use he, him, his pronouns. I'm an assistant director with the Counseling Center at UVM, and I'm going to talk a little bit about our health fee. So the health fee at UVM gives all students who are able to pay the health fee access to the health services at UVM, which includes CAPS, which is the Counseling Center, and student health. So the services are available to full-time students, and that includes PhD, master's, undergraduate, medical, and other graduate students. So it covers the physical and mental health care, the programming and services while folks are enrolled at UVM. It's not an insurance plan, so it does not provide students with coverage outside of UVM. It really gives access to the resources specifically at UVM. And some of the services that are not covered in the health fee include laboratory work, immunizations, psychiatry office visits, orthopedic supplies, and x-rays, specialist visits, hospitalizations, and prescriptions. Next slide, please. We also have insurance through UVM, and that is insurance that can be used outside of UVM for community-based care. It is a requirement that all students have active comprehensive health insurance while they're enrolled. And so you can have insurance that you carry with you into UVM, or you can get onto the UVM provided insurance. And I think I'm going to hand this next one off to Jennifer.
Yes, that's right. Thank you, Zach. Hi, I'm Jennifer Schasberger, and I use she, her pronouns, and I do communications work for the Center for Health and Wellbeing. In fact, on this slide is a sticker that one of my students designed. So I am going to just transition us into talking about what our services are and how to access those services. So, as Blake mentioned in his introduction, the Center for Health and Wellbeing is made up of student health services, which is where you're going to get your primary care, and then counseling and psychiatry services, where you can go and see a counselor. And then we promote health out of Living Well in the Davis Center, which is really one of our hubs for students to connect with our services and get questions answered and really to use it as a resource. And then we also have athletic medicine as a part of our department, and those folks take care of varsity athletes. We can go to the next slide now. Awesome. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about student health services. It's so hard to give these presentations when I can't see myself. All I can see is Zach. Yeah, good. Thank you. Keep it going for me, Zach. And I can't even tell if my cat is in view here. Normally they do make an appearance. So student health services is our convenient and comprehensive primary care. This one is really important to know about because we want students to think of student health services as their primary care. And one of the aspects of this service is that you will be matched with a primary care provider in the same way that you do at your home primary care. So you will consistently see the same person, although, sometimes when you make appointments, you might see someone else because that's how it goes when schedules are busy. But we do make sure that students have consistency throughout their experience at the University of Vermont. So a few things about this service. First question is, how do I make an appointment? What do I do if I'm not feeling well and I need to see a provider? So you can schedule appointments online through your student health portal. And this is a really convenient way to access the services. You can see the Go link up there on the website. It is the My Wellbeing Student Health Portal. And when you visit our website, you're going to be pointed towards the student health portal numerous times. So if you have any questions about how to access it, definitely just log on to our website, uvm.edu/health, and then you can kind of explore our services more. You can also always call student health services. Oh, yep, I think a cat just jumped behind me. I'm sorry. You can always call and make an appointment. Sometimes calling is a better option if you want to speak to someone directly if you have questions. You can also email health@uvm.edu, and that information is also on the website. And that is just if you think you need help making an appointment or you're not really sure what you need, we have that available to students because sometimes it's easier to send an email and we want our services to be accessible. Student health is located at 425 Pearl Street, which might not mean a lot to you yet, but when you get to campus, it is tucked into the UHC, a big building that's kind of across from the Waterman parking lot. So if you have any questions about finding it, the UVM website has a really useful interactive map that'll help take you so that you can see exactly where student health is. Students also often just use walking directions on their phone, and that can be really helpful for finding it. So some of the things that you can find at student health services are help for illness and injuries, medication management, contraception, reproductive care, STI testing. We have gender affirming care. And, overall, student health is if you're not feeling well, you don't know what's going on, and you want to see a provider, please access student health services. Then I think we can go to the next slide, please. Awesome. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some of our services that are to help you feel your best while you're at UVM. And we want you to think of the Center for Health and Wellbeing as and student health as well as more than just a service that you access when you're needing help. Certainly access it when you need help or you're not feeling well. But we also have services that are on the preventative side of health to help you just feel your best. So a couple of those services are wellness coaching and nutrition. I was just in the Davis Center today talking to Michaela, our health coach, who is on this slide. You can see her down there speaking to a client or maybe a model as we were getting the photos taken. But she's really great. And a wellness coach, if you're not familiar with it, wellness coaching is someone who will help you think about your habits and your routines and the things that you can do in just your daily life to support your health. This can be of particular interest to college students because the transition to UVM, there's so many different things to think about, and you're taking care of yourself for the first time and also navigating classes and meeting friends. And there's just so many new things. So it can be difficult to establish the routines and the habits that maybe you had back at home. And Michaela is very specifically experienced in talking to students because she understands that schedules fluctuate and students are incredibly busy, and she is not going to prescribe a certain habit or routine. She's going to work with students individually. Every student is different, and help you figure out what's going to work best for me. And I think that's really the best thing about wellness coaching. So she's a great resource. And you can schedule an appointment with her through My Wellbeing. You can also find her at Campus Rec. She has drop-in hours. And like I said, today she was in our hub in the Davis Center, also drop-in. So there are a few different ways to access that service. Then we also have a dietitian who can provide just a wide variety of nutrition support. And, if you have dietary needs or any concerns or questions about how best to navigate the dining halls at UVM, or just how to take good care of yourself nutrition-wise, our dietitian has worked with college students for many years now, and she's great. She's wonderful and can help you answer your questions that you might have. So even if you don't think you need a dietitian, you might want to consider, like, what might this service have to offer me? How can I really be taking good care of myself here while I'm at the University of Vermont? So in addition to having individual one-on-one appointments with these providers, they also offer a variety of programs. They have a supported eating space at Living Well in the Davis Center. They offer intuitive eating workshops and other things like that that are just set up to help you find some community and insight into, navigating nutrition at UVM. I think that's really cool. I would love to talk to a dietitian because when I get busy, that's always when when I turn to the goldfish crackers. And so it's just a really helpful resource when you're busy and stressed and want to be taking better care of yourself. So that is something else that the Center for Health and Wellbeing offers. And we can go to the next slide. Awesome. This one's on you, Zach.
All right. So, counseling and psychiatry services. We offer mental health care for, again, students who pay the health fee. We're also available to students in crisis. And so we offer individual counseling, which is a short-term model. We offer groups. There are also outreach events that we do. And we're also curious to hear from students what they need in the way of mental health support. And we can be flexible with some of the things that we can do. We can help students make appointments. You can call into the CAPS general number listed here. You can also schedule online or by emailing. And we have 2 locations because we know folks are sometimes spread out around campus and are sort of busy moving around their day. And so 2 points of contact can be super helpful. One is, again, these streets may not be super helpful for you, but just so you have the names, one location is at the Jacobs House, which is on South William Street, and the other is actually in a campus res hall on the first floor on the Redstone campus. We also have after hours contact call numbers available. So it's the same number for our general CAP services. If you call, we are open 8:30 to 4:30. If you were to call before 8:30 or after 4:30, you would get sent to a clinician who can help you navigate the next steps with what your needs are, and then let us know if there's something we can do on our end there. And next slide, please. Is this one me or you, Blake? I'll keep going. Okay, I'll keep. Yeah, why not? I'll just keep going. Great.
Just go for it.
Okay, I'll just go and then I'll pass it off. So this next slide is about Living Well, which is in our student center called the Davis Center, and it's really a hub for all the services we have at the Center for Health and Wellbeing. Students, there are some resources there that folks can access, including the condom co-op, a harm reduction corner. There's posters and stickers and affirmation cards, and it's also where we offer our vaccine clinics. I will say the posters and stickers are hot commodities. Congratulations, Jennifer, for those designs. Are really, really great, and you can find them all over campus, but specifically you can pick up yours at the Living Well Center. We also have spaces for students to just come and be together, as well as relax and restore. So there's a massage chair, there are happy lights, and there are some service dogs in training. I think they're like puppies, so it's a really fun sort of place to hang out. And I'll pass this next one to Blake.
Great.
I'm over
everybody.
by Waterman Building and I'm looking for student health services. Which way do I go?
What you do is you go straight down here, turn left on Pearl Street, and then it's right there, isn't it?
Huh?
Just follow me.
Is this Pearl Street?
Yeah, let's go down Pearl Street. Okay, we made it. I'll see you later.
But where's the door?
Okay, let's just keep going. Turn left at the green windows. It's right here.
Oh, it's like... Yeah. Ready? Wow, thanks so much for showing me. Now I know where the Center for Health and Wellbeing Student Health Medical Clinic is. Check-in is right here. Shoot, I wish I wasn't this sick. I have to go to class and I have a midterm.
Well, this could have been avoided if you got your vaccines. You could get flu, COVID, RSV, hepatitis B, shingles, Tdap, and pneumonia all at the same time.
Whoa, really? Where can I get this done?
Follow me.
Wow, here it is.
Come to the Living Well Studio every Wednesday and Thursday in October. And don't forget your insurance card.
Wow, that was so easy.
The Center of Health and Wellbeing are offering these vaccines in collaboration with Shaw's. Click the link in our bio to sign up.
Say, Jennifer, do you want to talk a little bit about the Be Well Instagram and some cool content that new students can follow?
Yes, I would love to. Thank you, Blake. Yeah, I had forgotten that this was at the end of the presentation and telling you exactly how to get to student health services. So that was handy since I talked about that earlier. As a part of my job doing communications, I hire a student team, and I'm always looking for talented students who want to get involved in communications work and promoting health and well-being. So if that is you, come and talk to me, because the students create our content, and they're really wonderful at it. And the students that I work with are so committed to helping other students at UVM find ways to engage in taking good care of their mental health and overall well-being, and knowing about our services. What we do on Instagram too goes beyond just talking at you about resources. We also create content that is meant to be educational, useful, and uplifting and grounding in just the student experience. So our Instagram is at BeWellUVM, and following that Instagram, you'll get more of this great content from the students, created by students for students. And also, it's a great way to stay up on the different events that we might have going on. Right now, this week, we're doing quite a bit of programming around finals. So I can give a little snapshot of what things like that look like. And the finals programming we have this year is we have the dogs have come 3 days a week, and you should have seen how many students were in our space today hanging out with Kiwi, one of the service dogs in trainings who comes. And tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, we're having a massage therapist come to give these amazing 15-minute massages. And participating in these programs is all covered under the health fee. So living well in the Davis Center is a really great place to come if you want to learn how to access our services, or if you just want a place to hang out, or take advantage of some of our programs. So yeah, I love working with students, and they do such a great job of communicating with y'all about the stuff that we do.
So follow us at BeWellUVM. So this is the portion of the webinar where we will take questions. There's currently no questions in the Q&A box. I did say if you want to ask a question, feel free to put it in. And we'll answer them either live, or we'll answer them via chat as well. So we'll see for a minute, and if not, I'll just ask Zach and Jennifer a couple quick questions. So Zach, why don't we start out with, let's say I'm a new student and I want to get an appointment with CAPS, and what does my first call look like? So I call CAPS and say I want an appointment.
Yeah, you'd speak to one of our very knowledgeable and wonderful front desk staff, and we'd set you up with something called a triage phone call. And so you'd be scheduled that day, or if you called towards the end of the day, you'd probably be scheduled for first thing the next morning. And that triage phone call would be speaking to a clinician. It's a brief 30-minute phone call. And in that phone call, we're really just trying to understand from your perspective what your needs are, what some of your history is. We'll also explain to you more in depth about our model of service at CAPS. What things we're a great fit for, what things we're not such a great fit for. And in the cases where we're not such a great fit for your needs, we can set you up with case management that can help with referrals or supports outside of UVM. Also, sometimes students call in and the things that they need are, maybe better served again through a wellness coach, or through their academic college, or through nutrition or dining. And so we can also be a bit of a hub for questions folks have. So for folks who are calling in and just want to get some services, some of those first initial contact points are really just us listening to you and hearing more about what you need. And then from there, we can talk a bit about what services we offer and how folks can access it. If it feels like CAPS is a good fit, from there, we'd schedule you, and we'd set you up with a clinician that you'd see, for as long as you and the clinician feel like it's a good fit for that semester. So yeah, that's the process.
Cool. Well, so we have a question in the chat here, and it may take all three of us to answer it. So Jennifer, I'm going to throw it to you first, and then Zach can fill in some holes, and then I'll fill in what I know. So our fitness center and our wellness services and active wellness services are run out of our athletic department by Campus Rec, and they're amazing and fantastic and have all sorts of classes. And we collaborate with them on some items. So Jennifer, can you answer for this individual? Can we go over some of the various fitness options and services that UVM has?
Yeah, for sure. Y'all didn't tell me I had a halo of light behind me while I was talking earlier. Sorry. Um, yeah, the fitness services through Campus Rec are absolutely wonderful, and that's coming from my own personal experience. I have gotten a class, a group pass on several occasions, and the group pass is a great way to engage in Campus Rec because it's unlimited classes. I'm not sure, I'd have to go to the website to see how much it costs. But I find I remember it's pretty affordable in terms of fitness classes. So Campus Rec is great. They communicate with students on a regular basis. So if you check out I would just do a search on the website for Campus Rec, and there's going to be so much information there. The classes I liked are the yoga classes. I love the body pump class. That was super fun. I know that they also have spin classes, and they offer a variety of different things. And there's just like a gym there too, a nice big gym if that's your thing, if you just like to go and do your own thing. And then they do quite a bit of outreach to students and programs. So there will be times of the semester in which they're offering free classes for a week. I think they do that the first week of classes. I hope I'm right about that. I know they do it in the fall. I'm pretty sure they do it in the spring as well. And that's a great way to just test them out and see how you like them. They also have a yoga teacher training program. If yoga is your thing, there's a lot of opportunities for yoga through Campus Rec because all those teachers they're training have to teach as a part of it. So they offer a wide variety of classes there. And we also, from our end, the Center for Health and Wellbeing, we have had yoga in our studio this past semester, and usually we'll work with Campus Rec to see if we can't get some of their classes into our space at Living Well in the Davis Center, because the Davis Center is just so central to campus and so easy to swing by to. And then when at the end of spring semester, when all the yoga teachers are trying to get in their training hours, we'll often work with them as well to offer some classes for students. And the classes that we offer at Living Well that are sponsored by the Center for Health and Wellbeing, those are going to be free and drop in. And then any classes that you take over at Campus Rec are probably going to be something that you pay for with a group fitness pass, or something that you buy a different sort of a package for it. And I know students do so many things to stay active on campus. And so there's all kinds of clubs and organizations as well. If hiking is your thing, the outdoor club is really amazing. So, there are so many different ways to get your fitness in, and depending on where you're living on campus too. If you're living on campus, there are gyms in some of the residence halls. There's one in Central Campus, and I know there's one right across from the counseling location in Wright Hall as well. So I hope that's helpful.
Zach, do you have anything to fill in there?
It's pretty comprehensive. I'll just add, yeah, to tag on the club sports and intramurals and stuff. Those are really great opportunities to build community, to relive some of the glory years of high school, certainly. And yeah, there are like little pockets of gyms. The one that is across from the counseling center in Redstone is great. It's like, it's got everything you need in there, and it's not as utilized as some of the other places. So highly recommend that. And then, just pop over to the counseling center. Why not? Right. So I'd say like UVM board is a really great place for that. There's also things that are like campus-wide activities. There's generally like a 425K and other broader events that are fitness-based around campus. So usually, again, if you're in the res halls, a lot of things will be posted. And if not, the UVM board website that I can put in our chat is a great place to just find out events around campus as well.
Yeah, and to add to that, kind of to broadening, right? I always talk to students, especially around stressful times, and especially in coming into a new institution and a new place. Think about what habits work for you at home, right? I always say, like, figure out how you're going to eat, sleep, and move. So what habits are you doing now that work really well at home, or worked really well in the high school environment? And how can you translate them to UVM when you get here and you look to establish those habits early, to develop those healthy movement practices, to develop those times around meals? I was talking to a student just a couple days ago who was just really struggling in our meeting to stay focused and was kind of feeling all sorts of ways, and we talked through it all. And then I asked at the end, I said, and it was around 3 p.m., and I said, have you eaten today? And the student said, no, I haven't eaten anything. I'm planning to go to an early dinner at 4. And I said, it's finals, you need to fuel your body. You need to make sure that you're eating, because it just makes your day harder. So it's keeping in mind kind of when you first get here to UVM, what's your plan? And right, they sound so simple, right? Life is a series of decisions and decision trees. And are you gonna wake up 30 minutes earlier and swing by the dining hall and have breakfast? Or are you going to sleep 30 minutes later and go right to your first class and not eat before you start the day, right? Those are the types of things to think about when you first get to UVM. So how do you develop those eating habits, those sleeping habits in terms of going to bed or taking naps, whatever works best for you, and then those healthy movement practices? And especially in the winter, right? You're going to get here when it's a little cold, it's darker earlier, it's harder to start. I can tell you I've had some big aspirations over the past couple of weeks to do things after work, and I walk out of work and it's dark, and it gets dark out and you just want to snuggle up and sit on the couch and be comfy. So know and plan, right? So if I know that's myself, do I work out earlier in the day when it's lighter? Do I get a walk in? So what are those healthy practices that you're going to do right when you get here? So that's something that I would just recommend everybody to think about in their first few days, and also for families to think about in supporting their students to make sure they're doing those things. So we don't have any more questions. I guess what I want all of you to know before we end for the evening is that CHWB is here to help. That's the Center for Health and Wellbeing. We have counseling services. We have psychiatry services. We have student health services. So we're here to support you all the way. And if you just reach out to us, we'll get you to the right person, right? If you whether you email the email or you call the student health phone and you meant to call CAPS, all you need to do is make that first point of contact with someone. Or if you don't feel comfortable doing it yourself, do it with a friend or do it with a professional at UVM who you trust. And then we'll get you to the right person and we'll get you connected. So we're here to support you. We're here to connect you. We're here to be here for you for your college experience. And even if you don't reach out to us your first semester, we're here for you next year too. That doesn't mean that you can never reach out to us. So thank you so much for coming this evening. And we can't wait to meet you. And we can't wait to meet you in person at our in-person session. So thank you, everyone. I hope you have a good evening. And we'll see you in a few weeks. Enjoy the break here.